Okay, for your point estimate, confidence intervals, you need this spreadsheet right here. So you go in and click on this, and then you do have to, this won't do you any good here, you have to click on this next, okay? Open it up. Okay, and so we're going to do this one. This one, what they want to answer in percentages to 2 decimal places, which means you have to take your decimal to 4 places and then round it and then convert it to a percentage, okay? So in this case, you need the sample proportion. The sample proportion would be the number of yeses, 68, divided by the sample size, 393, okay? And the confidence level put in 0.95, okay? So the sample proportion does this divided by this. And so there's your sample proportion. There's your margin of error, 0.0374. As a percentage, that's 3.74%. Your lower is 0.1356, which is 13.56%. And your upper is 21.2104, which is 21.04%. Okay? All right? Okay, in this one, they do not give you number of yeses, okay? It's very important that you listen to this and pay close attention and read these, okay? When they tell you the sample proportion, which is this right here, they do not give you number of yeses, so it's not this divided by this. They give it to you, so there's no need to put number of yeses. It's not even there. So the sample proportion that they give you goes in here manually, 0.81, okay? The sample size will always give you that, regardless, okay? And confidence level, 0.98, all right? So your lower is 0.760, 3 decimal places, and your upper is 0.860, 3 decimal places, okay? All right, now, here's the important thing to know. If you do another problem after you've done this one, and they ask you for a number of yeses, okay, you have altered the spreadsheet, like this one. So what I would have to do, let's do this one right after. I can no longer put number of yeses, which is 85, and sample size, which is 122, and we'll put 0.99, okay, and get the sample proportion that I should have. Why? Because the problem beforehand, I put it in manually. To correct that, all you have to do is hit equal. This is how you do equal. This is how you do cells in Excel. Equals. Hit that, because the simple proportion is simply the number of yeses, and then divided by sample size, / equals, okay? And now you have the spreadsheet how it was originally. If you're uncomfortable doing that, or if you get confused about doing that, simply X out of the spreadsheet that you're in, go back to the course, and grab a new spreadsheet, okay? Grab a new spreadsheet, all right? Well, it looks like you have to go back in here and just click this again, and it'll get a brand new spreadsheet, and it'll be just how it is that you want it, okay? It'll be a brand new one. But I suggest it's really easy to, when you go back and forth, to just do number of yeses divided by sample size using this. And again, I'll do it one more time. So equals this cell divided by this cell equals, okay? It's really simple. And that way you save yourself a lot of hassle going back and forth. And the next problem, they might give you the sample proportion again. And but I can't make different spreadsheets for every possible way that you're going to enter these things, okay? But just know the sample proportion is number of yeses divided by sample size. If they give it to you manually, just plug it in here and then alter it as you go. And again, if you ever have any problems or issues, that goes with any time. Anytime you alter any of these cells in the spreadsheet, okay, you must just go in and X out of it, get rid of it, go back, grab a fresh one. And you can never change the one in the course, this one. You can never change it. You can never screw it up. You can always go back, grab that. It'll always be exactly what you need, okay? Okay, this one, it asks for all the male students that received an A on a test. So here are all the male students, and the ones that received an A are 13, okay? So your number of yeses is 13, your sample size is 28. Confidence level is 0.94. And again, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to delete it. Just pretend maybe you used it. Maybe this cell is a blank right now. Equals. All it is equals this / this. Enter. And that's your sample proportion. Okay. All right. So the upper, remember, it's the same thing as your confidence level for means. It's your sample proportion plus your margin of error for the upper, and your sample proportion minus the margin of error for the lower. So your margin of error is 0.177. So your upper is 0.642, and your lower is 0.287. Okay, this will be the last one. This is really not very difficult. So this means that this is the lower number is 68.9. The upper number is 85.3. First thing you want to do, at least what I would do, is find the margin of error. Remember, the margin of error, that's 2 times the margin of error right there. Because remember, we have the point estimate, add the margin of error, subtract the margin of error. So this distance is 2 times the margin of error. So take that difference, 85.3 minus 68.9. Okay, so when you take that difference and divide by 2, you get 16.4. Now, so that's what this distance is, 16.4. Since that's double the margin of error, you simply divide that by 2. And when you go 16.4 divided by 2, you get 8.2. So that's your margin of error. Okay? So, what do I do to get the sample proportion? All I do is take 68.9 plus 8.2, and I get my answer of 77.1 for the sample proportion.